Hello everybody. We are back again with another tutorial. Today I'm going to be kicking off my first unit in my series Wigspiration. On Wednesdays I will be bringing you wigs that I'll be flipping, showing you guys how to cut them and style them, even if they're synthetic or if they're human hair. It's going to be all about wigs every Wednesday. Today we have this lovely unit and you guys are going to love it, and it was only $14, and I will link all of that information in the detail box. And this is Miss Maybelle Deuce. It is a premium synthetic fiber wig, so you cannot put any heat on this, and this is by the Janet collection. I love Janet collection. They do pretty good. And opening it straight out of the box, you guys, I did not like it at all. They did have it wrapped, they had it wrapped how they normally do. And seeing this, all I could think about was back in the day when women had those grandma wigs on. But every time I see a wig, I always see the potential in it. And if you've ever purchased wigs from me, you already know that I like to flip wigs. And I will be coming out with a course on this, on how to flip those wigs for making money, which will be another thing that all of us hairstylists, anybody can do to make extra money, bring in extra income. And again, I will be coming out with a course on that because I do get a lot of requests for that. But this is how the wig looks on the mannequin. And I like to use something so that I can see how this unit actually looks in its natural state. And I can't, complain, because this wig did have somewhat of a good foundation. Just need a little bit of tweaks over here, a little bit. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut out all of the strings that they have attached. And make sure that you do not cut, because they're y'all, I cannot explain. Sometimes I don't pay attention and I be done cut stuff that doesn't need to be cut. But this is how the cord looks, and you can go online. Like I said, I will link all the information to this unit in the description box. But you are going to want to get a canvas block head for this. Don't use the white styrofoam head, because it's just not sturdy enough for what we're trying to do here. So you really need to get your T-pins and tack this wig down. Whenever I'm working with synthetic wigs, I like to kind of stretch it out more, because I need to see where these tracks are. Because if you do not pay attention, you will wind up cutting some of the tracks out, and 9 times out of 10 you're not going to have any replacement tracks, because these are synthetic tracks. So you are going to comb it all out so that you can see where everything is laying. And I'm kind of eyeballing it to kind of get a view of an idea of how I want to style it. And you can do this however you want to. You can use a wide tooth comb, but I use a fine tooth comb. So right now I'm going to go in with my razor comb. And if you follow me, you already know this is how I like to use mine. This is the single blade, and my refillable blades are Darko. And again, I will leave all of that information in the detail box. But if you are not experienced with a razor comb, please do not do this, because you can gash your tracks, have a hole in it, expose your tracks. However, if you're not paying attention, you can thin it out. But once you try this, you'll see what I'm saying, because it's easy to watch it and watch me do it. But when you get hands on trying to cut a synthetic wig, it's not as easy as it looks. But you're going to want to be careful when you're doing this. Keep your guard on. If you're not comfortable, it's perfectly fine. So all I'm doing, I'm going to go all the way around, and I want to blend this as much as possible. And if you pay attention, at the bottom around where I'm cutting now, you can see where the wig kind of buckles a bit. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I have to make sure that I stretch this as much as possible whenever you're customizing, cutting a wig, curling a wig. However, you want to make sure that if you're doing this on a synthetic wig, to please be mindful to kind of stretch that out some more so that you don't cut too much. And you're going to do this all the way around until you get the look that you are going for. Just don't do too much, because you can just do too much and cut it too thin and then your track starts showing. So just be careful, do just enough, take your time, and you'll get the look that you're going for. And to be honest, I do like the quality of the wig. It's not bad at all. It does resemble human hair a lot, and that comes in when you begin customizing these wigs. No one will ever know that you have on a synthetic wig unless you tell them. So when you go in and customize these wigs, you can definitely ball out on a budget. Like, you really can, because it's very cost effective, and they look good. These wigs have come a long way. These companies have evolved in this area, and I'm loving every minute of it. So this is why I have came out with this series of Wigspirations, because I want to show you guys, like, these wigs are so bomb for a fraction of the cost that you would get if you were going to a salon to get your hair done, or if you were buying a human hair one. Synthetic wigs have lots of potential, but I can say you do want to have a little bit of background on doing this stuff. People tell me all the time, they're like, it's easy for you because you do hair. Yes, it is, but I do feel like with practice, you can get to this level as well. And I am using a pair of thinning shears. This is going to help give it a softer look. And another reason I do this is because if you use your razor comb, you run the risk of cutting too much. So I like to go in with my thinning shears to make it look more soft and to kind of debulk the hair. So now I'm going to go in with my BioSilk holding spray, and I like this spray because it doesn't give that white casty look, but what it does is it gives you a light hold without it looking crunchy. So now I'm going to go in with my Andes hot comb, and the reason I'm doing this is so that I could separate the hair without it falling back, to its natural state, because this hair is trained to go in the direction that they put it in. So you are going to have to find another way to get that hair to go where you want it to go. When you do this, make sure that your iron is on very low heat. I have it on a 5. But after you do that, you can take like a wide tooth comb and just kind of comb it in place and see where it's laying, see how your layers are, so that you know which direction you're going. So now I'm going to go in and put a bend to the side, because sometimes when you cut it, those ends tend to kind of stay super straight, but you want to give it a bump, and you're going to use it on low heat again. And then the thing about it is you guys, you cannot find this iron in a lot of places. I've looked online, I can't find it, and one day I found one on eBay, but the beauty supply store in my local area does carry this brand, and I love it. To me, it's better than the H2 Pro. It's better than all of those because the plates are very, very thin and you don't have that bulk. So if you've never had these, I will highly suggest that you go out and try to find you a pair, because they are the bomb.com. And you're almost done. To be honest, you are done. You're going to get a wide tooth comb, and this is the one that I'm using. Nothing really special, nothing different, but you're going to do this so that you can see how the hair is laying. The thinning shears made it look very, very soft. So this is why it has this look, and like I said, you want to practice with this. The wig is only $14. So I will make sure that I link all of that information in the description box along with this color. So make sure that you go out and get this wig. And I think in the hair store, this wig run you like $35 versus if you get it offline, it's only $14 to $16 depending on the website that you get it from. So all I'm doing here is I'm separating the hair some more just to kind of give it a more realistic look and to kind of flatten out, because at this area, this is where they have the closure to close it up. So I want to make sure that that's flat, and because that I'm putting the part over here, it gives me some more volume around the occipital bone area. And now I'm going to go back in because I see a few more spots that I need to thin out, and it's perfectly fine. You can always go back if you see something else. And then I'm going to get my thinning shears again. And I like to do this method. I go through around the 27 piece and I cut it with the thinning shears because this is going to help it be more softer. It's going to thin it out without gashing the holes in it or exposing your tracks. But this is what I love to do. Even on human hair, I do this to kind of make it look more natural. And like I said, you're going to go in and kind of correct some of the things that you have done. And when I got to this little piece, it did not want to cooperate, as you can see. But one thing I can say is once you have done it one time, when you try to go back in multiple times to curl it, it doesn't seem like it worked. So like I said, keep it at a minimum. So now I'm going to put it on my mannequin just to kind of see how it looks. Now I would put it on me, but I just, I really didn't feel like putting on makeup. So I'm going to put it on my mannequin, and she does look realistic, and you can kind of get a visual of what this wig will look like on. My only dislike is how they have the short 27 piece so far in the top. I feel like if it was down lower, it would have looked better. But for what we got and what we're working with, it is a perfect style. I see the vision and where it could go, the potential, but I do not like that side being up that high. And this is what I came up with. There's not really much you can do to this, but I love the softness around the nape area, how it looks, how it's just kind of like, the feathery look, and it stand out. It looks nice. And again, if nobody did not know, they would not know, because this unit looks like a human hair wig. I love it. Like I said, my only thing is I don't like where that part is. I felt like they could have did better on that, but for the most part, I love how this turned out. Please make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel.